welcome Paula Carter. This should be a terrific night. We've been looking forward to it for, about a year now.
This arena setting is wonderful, so it should be a fun and exciting night.
All right, semifinal match. Number 2 against number 3 is coming right up.
This is the semifinal match of the women's division. Number 3 seed Windy City Wolfpack against number 2 seed Team USA. And Linda Kelly will start it off for the team from the Windy City. Linda Kelly, first frame of the semifinal match.
Well, this arena is quite some setting, and it possibly could come into play on nerves a little bit.
Yeah, it's usually, I would assume, Paul, nerve-wracking to be on TV in any form, but especially here with the large crowd, the arena setting. Of course, they just got over to the lanes today after qualifying at Don Carter All-Star Lanes. Now they're in the arena setting. Linda Kelly with the spare in the first for Windy City Wolfpack.
That's true, Bob. There's like 3 variables here. You know, you're on TV. You're going for a big team title, the Brunswick World Team Challenge title, and you're in an arena, which most of these girls have never been in.
Now our first look at the first frame for Team USA. It's Denise Kalaola, and leaves the 7. Now Team USA, you would think, Paula, with all their experience and all the major tournaments around the world that they participate in, perhaps this setting does not bother them as much as it may Windy City.
Well, I don't know how many arenas they've bowled in, but they do bowl as a team more than any other of these girls have, and I think that's why they probably had the highest match game record during this event.
The spare in the first for Windy City, and the spare in the first here for Team USA. Contour Power Grip starting lineup brought to you by Contour Power Grips, pioneers in the finger grip industry. More pros choose Contour Power Grips, and you should too. It's Kelly, Vint, Inlows, Mullen, and DeRupo. Now Lisa Vint, second frame. That's what the numbers mean here on the shirts. 2 and 7 means Lisa Vint will fill the second frame and the 7th in the Baker system, and she leaves the 10.
They were telling me earlier that they try to play off each other's shots, and the first two bowlers came high on the head pin, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of talking going on, finding out whether they're hooking, you know, when the ball's hooking a lot more, and then see if they can straighten themselves out.
Change to the spare ball and missed it. First open frame of the match. And it's so important, as you well know, Paul, in the Baker system, to fill the frames, and that's our first open.
Yes, that's pretty much what it's all about. And usually the corner pins on a condition like this aren't very difficult. I mean, you really have to pull it poorly to miss it going away.
This is Linda Norrie for Team USA. Second frame for them. Working off the spare and wouldn't get the 7.
Now that was a great shot.
Contour Power Grip starting lineup for Team USA. Kalalola, Norrie, Worth, Giovinco, and Cameron will be the anchor woman.
And when she threw that ball, she's playing from an extremely inside angle, and she threw the 5-pin all the way to the 7-pin, which shows you how much revolution she has on the ball, and the pins are new. So if she can continue that, they'll be in good shape.
And as she comes back to the bench, we see the 2 Team USA coaches, Fred Borden and Jerry Edwards, so they have some help here on the sideline. Now third frame for Windy City. Remember, after the open in the second, this is Pam Inlows. Lays it down nice and soft and has some work to do.
As you notice, there's like she's playing around 10, and that's the second arrow. And if you get a little bit to the right of the second arrow, it's what we call OB, out of bounds. So it's a very interesting shot in that you have to make good, crisp shots. If you a little slow, the ball's going to hook high. If you go right, it's going to go fairly straight.
What difference does it make, Paula? And Pam gets the nice spare in the third. What difference does it make? We qualified at Don Carter All-Star Lanes on the wood lanes. And now we're over here with the different surface. What difference does that make?
Well, I think the lanes at Don Carter's, and I'm not being prejudiced, I think they were in pretty good shape. But you come over here on a nice smooth synthetic surface, which is a little different, but the oil pattern is the same. So it shouldn't have that much of a difference.
Team USA up by 11. Third frame, Stacey Worth. Now, interesting here, Stacey Worth is bowling here in the semifinals. Her and Becky Kregling for Team USA sort of alternated throughout qualifying. They bowl a couple games and one would sit and the other one would come up. And here in the semifinal match, Stacey Worth gets the call.
Well, I think that's the purpose of the coaches. You know, they see who's performing well at a certain time, and then they decide who's going to go in.
Worth for the spare. Look out. Didn't get it the first open here for Team USA. So each club with an open through the first three. Fourth frame for Windy City Wolfpack will be very familiar face, Michelle Mullen.
And missing a 5-pin is just unexcusable. I mean, there's no reason for that, because I guarantee you along the line they're going to leave a lot harder spares, and the 5-pin is probably one of the easiest, so there's no excuse to miss that.
And that open gives Windy City a 1-pin lead, and there's our first strike of the match, and it's from the pro, Michelle Mullen, in the fourth.
Michelle's got an excellent game. Being on the Pro Tour, you learn a lot more about technology of bowling balls and different things, but also her release. If you notice her release and a couple of the other professionals that we'll see here tonight, they do strap the ball or hook the ball a lot better than some of the other ladies.
Here is Lucy Giovinco, fourth frame for Team USA. Beautiful ball for Lucy. She's our new U.S. Amateur champion. We just saw that telecast recently here on Prime. In fact, defeating a teammate, Kinda Cameron, in the U.S. Amateur Championship, 259-203. And a beautiful ball here in the fourth.
I bowled with Lucy about 20 years ago in Florida, and she started out, you know, junior bowling, went right up through the ranks to the WIBC, and now she's on Team USA, and what a great story.
Anchor woman for Windy City Wolfpack, Marianne DeRupo.
You know, she went high, just kind of hooked the ball a little early. She's got a lot of talent. She can. She's one of the only ladies that can seem to be able to adjust with speed. A lot of the ladies we watch, they're fairly slow on the approach, but Marianne has the advantage of being an athlete and a softball player, that she can speed the ball up when she needs to.
And gets the 3-6-9 in the fifth for the number 3 seed Windy City Wolfpack. Now our first look at the anchor woman for Team USA, Kinda Cameron, 23 years old. Again, she is qualified for next year's Team USA, doing so recently in St. Louis, losing the amateur championship game to her teammate, Lucy Giovinco. Beautiful ball from Kinda Cameron. Team USA takes the lead with that strike. We'll be back from the Concert Training Center in Kenner, Louisiana, right after this.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I have never wanted anyone more.
You don't want to go falling in love with a guy like me.
No safety net. I got you.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Her Free Movies channel.
$10,000.
I'm the one that's trying to hold this family together.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Black Cinema channel.
What do you think?
Feel good.
He's covered his tracks.
It does take a special kind of person to do this job.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Action Movies channel.
You've been selected.
You're crazy.
You have a sickness.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Movies channel.
Some people think they can push you around, but it's only true if you let it be.
I don't want you to get hurt.
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
3-4 million at least. You know what we could do with that kind of money?
We're not going to rob the money train.
Why not?
Because we're cops.
Can't stop this thing even if we wanted to.
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Team USA leading this first game of the semifinal match by 11 pins through 5 frames. Remember, this is 2 games, total pinfall in the Baker system. Now, second time around for all the bowlers. Linda Kelly for Windy City Wolfpack. Again, they trail. And Linda, remember, with the spare in her first ball, the first frame.
Same shot again, out of bounds. You know, you just can't do that on this shot. And I'll have to tell you that this condition is challenging, and it tests everyone's ability.
You think a challenging condition, Paula, favors Team USA because in all likelihood they see more challenging conditions in their travels around the globe?
Well, that's a possibility, but don't discount any of these teams because, as you know, the format, you can have 2 professionals on each team. They bowl on many, many conditions, and they wouldn't be professionals and out there on tour if they didn't know what they were doing.
Well, the open in the 6th for Windy City Wolfpack brings us to the 6th frame for Team USA, the number 2 seed, and our second look at Denise Kalaola. She lives in Hawaii, 26 years old, and recently earned a spot on Team USA 1997.
And a left-hander. I think she might be the only one on the show today.
I believe so. Remember one of the other great bowlers from Hawaii on Team USA from Hawaii, Adam Apo. Remember him, Paula, back in, what, the late 80s?
Yes, I do.
And now Denise, a return trip to Team USA. She said making Team USA the first time around was the highlight of her career. Tough spare here, and gets it in the 6th for her teammates. They have the lead through 6 frames. They're up by 21. Windy City Wolfpack down in that hole, 21, entering the 7th. And Lisa Vent is up. Again, this is 2 games, total pinfall. And no lead is safe in this Baker. And there's a strike from Lisa Vent in the 7th.
Lisa was having a little problem in practice. I was watching her, and she couldn't quite line it up. She tried the gutter, forget it. It went down 60 feet without hooking. But I think, you know, you just keep it around, keep it in play, keep it around the pocket, and get your lucky Brooklyns when you can.
Linda Norrie, last year's U.S. Amateur champion. You get a theme here, Paul?
Yeah, they're tough. They must be tough.
They are.
Yeah,
she's got some work here, though, in the 7th.
They look a little concerned right now. But I wouldn't mind having Fred Borden and Jerry Edwards sitting behind me telling me what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong.
Of course, this is Fred's last year as Team USA coach after a wonderful career. And she gets the spare, Linda does, in the 7th frame for Team USA. They maintain their lead. 8th frame now for Windy City Wolfpack from, where else? Chicago, Illinois. They qualified for this Grand Championship event by winning the qualifier in St. Petersburg back in January. Pam Inlow's in the 8th. Pam, a 1994 member of Team USA, attempted to qualify in St. Louis recently. Didn't make it. Certainly has other things on her mind right now.
She sure does, and she's going to have to make some kind of move, some drastic kind of move, and it'll probably be farther inside to try and catch some of the drive.
Nice adjustment from Inlow. She gets the spare in the 8th. Some of the high games, high scores this week at the Grand Championship event. Kendra Cameron with the high game, 264. And the high team game, Ebonite Omegas, we're going to see them in our championship match. They're the number 1 seed. And the high series, a 707 from Cindy Coburn Carroll. Back to Team USA, and gets a bit of a break. That only one remains up. Stacy Worth.
Almost a great break there. Sometimes you see that in league at home, and you just get lucky and it hits the back wall and comes forward, and almost a domino effect, but then it just stops short.
What you said moments ago, Paula, seems very true, that both clubs seem to be searching a little bit. She gets the spare in the 8th, and it's an 18-pin lead for Team USA in this first game of the semifinal match. 9th frame for Michelle Mullen. Michelle with the strike on her first ball in the 4th. Again, 2 games here in the semifinals and in the finals. 2 games, total pinfall.
I saw a lot of matches this morning and yesterday that you're never out of it. I mean, you just have to keep hanging in there, making your spares, and you can come right back in that second game.
Michelle, 31 years old, lives in Madison, Illinois, near Chicago, and is a professional bowler and a good one. She has won 4 national titles.
Yes, she is good, and as you notice, most of the bowlers, when they leave the spares, they'll change balls, and being that we can't keep that many bowling balls, they'll keep them off to the side, and a teammate will hand them their ball. And the reason they do change balls is they usually go to a harder surface ball that goes a lot straighter.
Yeah, many bowlers now, Paul, they come with 5, 6, 7 balls per event.
I've heard that, and I've heard also that there are a couple of professional bowlers that travel in motorhomes that carry as many as 40 bowling balls. I have trouble with, you know, one of the 2 that I have to use.
I think you're aging yourself. That's how it used to be, right? I mean,
Yeah.
bowlers used to 1 or 2 at a time. Gia Ringo with the strike you may never see again in the 9th for Team USA. That domino effect you talked about a couple of frames ago.
A very lucky hit. She came in light, barely touches the head pin. But then again, you see there's a lot of action out there. She's got a lot on the ball to be able to do that.
I bet Coach Fred Borden takes credit for that. I taught her that, he'll say. A 20-pin lead now for Team USA as we enter the 10th frame. And the anchor woman, Marianne DeRupo. Beautiful ball. That's what they need out of their anchor woman.
As I said before about Marianne's game, she has the ability to throw it a little harder, and I think she extended her arm a little farther. The ball skidded through the heads a little bit more to hold it on line, and that's a perfect strike. And they need another one to stay within range because, you know, when the other team has a strike up in the 9th and they can strike out, you're going to lose some headway there.
Second ball for DeRupo. Higher this time. Now remember, after the first game, Paul, that they will switch lanes. And that's usually a key in the Bakers, which team can adjust quicker and better after the lane change.
That's true, and one lane might have a different tendency. Not only do sometimes you go from house to house, bowling center to bowling center, and find different conditions, but also within the same bowling center, you will find different pair that react somewhat different, and then you can go from one lane to the other lane on one pair, and they can be different. And people don't realize that, you know, in other sports you can see the hazards, you can see the, you know, the traps and things like that, but in bowling, unless you make the mistake, that's when you notice it.
A 172 in this first game for Windy City Wolfpack. The anchor woman for Team USA will finish it up for her club. They will have the lead after this first game. How much? We don't know yet.
Well, Lucy set it up in the 9th, and not only does that give them more of a lead, but what it also does, it gives them confidence going into the next game.
If she strikes out, they'd have a 40-pin lead. She'd strike out to a 212. Very deliberate. Cameron looking for 2 in a row. Got it. Team USA padding their lead in this first semifinal.
You know, it's just amazing to me, Bob, that these women can compete in these surroundings. And I've been on TV a few times, and boy, it is intimidating. And they go up there, and when you can throw 2 shots like that, back to back, and not let everything that's happening around you bother you, you have to be focused.
Looking to finish with 3 in a row. Team USA won't get it there, but they'll have a 38-pin lead after the first semifinal match. After a 2-10 game. Second game of the semifinal is coming right up.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I have never wanted anyone more.
You don't want to go falling in love with a guy like me.
No safety net. I got you.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Her Free Movies channel.
$10,000. I'm the one that's trying to hold this family together.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Black Cinema channel.
You've been selected.
You're crazy.
You have a sickness.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Movies channel.
What do you think?
Feel good.
He's covered his tracks.
It does take a special kind of person to do this job.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Action Movies channel.
It's about to get hot in here.
Celebrate Black creators, stories, and talent with a curated collection of movies, TV shows, and channels on Zumo Play. Laugh out loud with your favorite comedies. Get swept up in powerful stories.
I love your daughter.
Connect with unforgettable characters.
You know, this job can be hazardous to your health.
And honor visionary Black creators that shape generations. Black voices, Black stories. Now streaming free on Zumo Play.
My name is James Jackson Dial. I was trained in target elimination. It's gonna be chaotic real quick.
Go, go, go.
Now streaming on the Free Movies page, only on Zumo Play.
Beating Windy City Wolfpack in our first one, 210-172. That's a 38-10 difference. And Team USA, remember now they've switched lanes, and Team USA will begin in our second game. This is 2 games, total pinfall, and this club leading by 38. Denise Calaola starts with a strike in the second game.
Well, that's the best thing that can actually happen for somebody testing the lanes out, to make a mistake or to find out the lane is hooking a little more, but the result is getting a strike.
All right, Linda Kelly, Paul, has struggled a little bit in the first game on the other lane. Now the lane switch. Linda with an open and a spare. Let's see if the lane change helps her. First frame for Linda.
Oh, see ya. Well, you get in that middle where the lanes are dry, and that ball's going to just take off.
That's so important, isn't it, in team bowling, Paula, to talk and listen to your other teammates, because when you're only filling 2 frames a game, it's tough to make those adjustments.
That's exactly right. Not only what you have to do is listen to your teammates, watch them, but then you watch the other team, how their ball is rolling on the other lane that you're going to be going on.
Tough spare here in the first, and she gets it. Linda Kelly for Windy City.
Now, to me, that ball went, you know, a lot longer than the other ball, and maybe she could hit the pocket with this ball. As you'll see, the ball is going straighter on line. It didn't even break very much at all. And she might sacrifice carry using this ball, but she may be able to hit the pocket better. So I don't know who's to say, you know, what's better.
Linda Norrie, second frame, Team USA.
A lot of times these days with these reactive resin balls, the bowlers like to see the ball hook a lot, and they like the carry action you get with the reactive resin balls. But yet, you know, you can go along and get a 6-bagger, but when you open, you're opening big. I mean, they're big splits when you leave them. And I don't know that that's exactly the philosophy that, I mean, it's not the philosophy I use, but I don't know what's better today.
Linda happy to get that spare. Did you see that resume, Paula? 6 times Team USA for Linda Norrie.
That's unbelievable, and there's quite an effort to get on the team. I know there's like a state and a regional type qualifying. Denise had to come from Hawaii after she won her qualifying there, then come to the United States and win that. So if any of you are interested in the Team USA, just contact your local bowling establishments or call the WIBC.
Lisa Vint gets the strike in the second for Windy City Wolfpack. Brings us to the 3rd frame. Back to Stacy Worth. It's a 38-pin lead now for Team USA. They led by 38 after the first game.
Oh, gets a break there.
That was a pretty good ball. The ball stayed on line a lot longer than I thought it would. She doesn't throw it very hard. She's got a very deliberate release, but not a hard release, and the ball stayed there, tripped out the 4-pin.
So Team USA with a couple of strikes, and now Pam Inlows in the third for Windy City Wolfpack. Can she respond?
She goes the other way and gets it. Inlows with the strike.
Well, that's back-to-back Brooklyns.
Team USA trying to hold on. We'll be right back. The Brunswick World Team Challenge Grand Championship is brought to you by the city of Kenner, Louisiana. Kenner is on the move. Bob Dolan and Paula Carter with you from the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner. We're in the second game of our semifinal match. 2 games total pinfall in the Baker system. The winner of the semifinal moves on to take on the #1 seed Ebonite Omegas from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And at the moment, Team USA leading by 28. A strike here in the fourth would give them a 38-pin lead. Lucy Giavinco.
What a fabulous break, and she's 3 for 3 in strikes now. On the replay, you'll see how effective her ball action is. She came in light in the pocket, but the 5-pin, that's the key pin that you want to get moving. And the 5-pin just blew out the 7-pin.
She's having quite a month, Lucy is, winning the U.S. Amateur Championship and now bowling well here tonight for the team title Grand Championship. Michelle Mullen, though, just keeps on rolling. A strike here in the fourth for Windy City. Cuts the lead back to 28.
That was a very, very important shot. The bowlers before her both had Brooklyn, and she comes up and she throws it in the pocket. So, you know, then your momentum changes. Okay, all of a sudden they're back in the game.
Can Cameron follow Giavinco with another double? No. They did a couple of times in the first game.
Okay, now you don't know if that was the pressure from the other team's strike or whether maybe the lane changed a little bit. You don't know that.
Things can tighten up in a hurry in the Baker. Team USA has had a comfortable lead for a while, 28-38 pins, but that can change quickly. This is a tough spare for Kenda Cameron in the fifth.
This is one of the most fair formats, I think, that there is in bowling. I think this is probably the only format where a men's team and a women's team could compete on possibly the same level. Don't hit me, but that's what I think
of it. Well, we've seen it at several of our national qualifiers. We've seen women teams against men teams. In fact, a woman, Liz Johnson, competed in the Open Division here at the Grand Championship.
I think when they qualify for the event, with the qualifying games, I think that the men definitely have the advantage over a period of time. But when you get back to Baker and you're only bowling 2 frames in the game, and the women are used to grind outs because that's their mentality. Men's mentality is usually that, you know, I want to get a lot of strikes, I want to bowl big games. Women seem to be more patient, and I think that's why it can be on a more equal level.
That spare from DeRupo in the fifth, and the lead for Team USA is 27. So this is the last time around now for all the bowlers. 6th frame. Last time for Denise Calaola to help her club. And she leaves him. Boy, they're up off the bench. Thought she had it.
Not a bad ball. She could have carried that. She got the 6 out, but it didn't quite get into the 8.
They're having a good time, aren't they?
They are. They all loved it. I talked to them beforehand, and I said, does this setting intimidate you? Well, only a couple said yes, but most of them said it actually makes you more focused. There are only 4 lanes out here, and I guess a lot of people have good peripheral vision, and they see other bowlers and other lanes. But here, there are 4 lanes, and it's pretty much a dark background, and I think it actually helps.
You can't beat arena bowling. This is tremendous. The spare for Denise in the 6th, so she sits down and watches the rest of this semifinal, unable to help. Last time for Linda Kelly, 6th frame for Windy City. They got some work to do.
Stay there.
She won't go.
Well, she was looking for the Brooklyn break, but never got over there. So she switches balls, moves to the left to shoot cross lane.
Kelly trying to keep it close. Look out, got it. Kelly with the spare at the 6th. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap up this semifinal match. Team USA up by 27.
What do you think?
Feel good.
He's covered his tracks.
It does take a special kind of person to do this job.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Action Movies channel.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I have never wanted anyone more.
You don't want to go falling in love with a guy like me.
No safety net. I got you.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Her Free Movies channel.
You've been selected.
You're crazy.
You have a sickness.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Movies channel.
$10,000.
I'm the one that's trying to hold this family together.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Black Cinema channel.
Who is this man?
The FBI is withholding the identity of the assassin who fled captivity last night in a daring escape.
America's Most Wanted. Streaming free all month long, only on Zumo Play.
This is about to get hot in here.
Celebrate Black creators, stories, and talent with a curated collection of movies, TV shows, and channels on Zumo Play. Laugh out loud with your favorite comedies. Get swept up in powerful stories.
I love your daughter.
Connect with unforgettable characters.
You know, this job can be hazardous to your health.
And honor visionary Black creators that shape generations. Black voices, Black stories. Now streaming free on Zumo Play.
In the 7th frame, Linda Norrie, a spare in the 7th for Team USA, but the open from Lisa Vint for Windy City, so the lead 37 pins now for Team USA. 8th frame, this is the final game of the semifinals. 8th frame, Stacey Worth, Team USA with a comfortable lead at the open in the 7th from Windy City. May have done it.
Certainly may have. And that's a good shot that I forgot her name. Stacey threw, because she wasn't bowling most of the tournament. They just put her in today, so it's kind of confused me a little bit. But anyway, this is what she wants to do. She just wants to get around the pocket and try to maintain that lead that they have and not make any big mistakes.
Just avoided one more. Gets the spare in the 8th, and Stacey is finished for the semifinal.
Stacey Worth and Becky Craigling, another member of Team USA, pretty much alternated throughout qualifying and match play. And here in the semifinals, it's been Stacey Worth in the lineup. Cam Inlows for Windy City. Running out of time.
Yeah,
they made quite a move, this team did, Paula, in the position round. Windy City was number 4 in the position round. Contour Power Grips number 3. And Windy City beat them twice, head-to-head, 213, 199, 195, 170 to jump into the step ladder.
It was very exciting, that the qualifying, and then they come in here and you think that, well, maybe they have an edge.
Yeah.
The momentum is building.
Nice spare in the 8th from Pam, brings us to the 9th frame, and to Lucy Giovinco, who has been tremendous so far in the semifinal. Team USA leading by 36. Working on the spare in the 8th from Stacey Worth. Our new amateur champion, and some trouble here in the 9th.
And And that's a very typical leave today, a split, because sometimes the reactive balls, you think they're coming back, and they kind of just roll out just a little bit at the pocket, and this is very common. In the old days, when I used to bowl, you didn't see this that much, but boy, you see it all the time now.
And an open in the ninth, and let's see how important that turns out to be, because coming up for Windy City, Michelle Mullen and Marianne DeRupo, a couple of pros. The lead down to 22.
Okay, now we're going to see who's got the guts to pull this through.
If I'm down by 22 in the ninth, I wouldn't mind having Michelle Mullen up for me.
Exactly.
Let's see Michelle in the ninth. Beautiful ball in the strike for Windy City.
Well, you can throw it any better than that. And I watched her throw it. I couldn't believe this shot. It's just as pure as can be under the circumstances. And I watched her bowl an LPBT tournament once where she needed the last 4 to win, and she got them.
Well, it sets up an interesting final frame. Kinda Cameron for Team USA needs 19 pins to shut out Windy City. This has turned quickly.
Yes, it has. And you can see the concern on their faces, and especially the bowler who's up right now who needs this spare.
What a tough shot and tough situation this must be for Kinda Cameron.
Or anybody.
Great look at the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner, Louisiana. Cameron, big ball. Got the spare. Nine pins here. Paula will shut out Windy City.
And sometimes you can make this spare or throw the ball where she did and not pick up the 7, but the ball got all 4 pins.
You think she knows she needs 9? Paula, do most bowlers know what they need on the final ball?
Pretty much so.
She needs 9. Let's see. We got a game. Windy City still alive. And it's up to Marianne DeRupo, their anchor woman. Well, if Kinda Cameron knew what she needed, you can bet Marianne does. She needs 3 strikes. First one. Not gonna go, and it's Team USA gonna move on to our championship match. A tremendous semifinal and a great comeback by Windy City, the Wolfpack, to make it tight. But it is Team USA gonna move on to take on our #1 seed, Ebonite Omegas. We'll be right back. Main Center in Kenner, Louisiana. And this is our championship match. #1 seed, Ebonite Omegas from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. They qualified here by winning the event in Las Vegas against #2, Team USA. Team USA, a 20-pin winner in the semifinal match, 394-374 over Windy City Wolfpack.
Close.
Kelly Everding will start things off for our #1 seed. First frame for Kelly. Contour Power Grip starting lineup brought to you by Contour Power Grips. It's Everding, Henderson, Skibinski, Doran Ballard, and the anchor woman, Leanne Barrett. Everding told me before the telecast, Paula, that she's never bowled in an arena setting, only bowled on television twice in her life, and said, yes, it's probably going to bother me for the first shot or 2. She's happy, I'm sure, to get that out of the way with a spare.
She doesn't throw a hard hook or doesn't throw it with a lot of power, but she is a good spare shooter.
All right, now Denise Calaola for Team USA. Again, they won by 20 in the semifinals. In our championship match, just like the semifinal, 2 games, total pinfall in the Baker. First ball for Team USA.
Well, the first couple of frames are times of adjustments. The USA team, they've been here, so they should know a little bit more about the lanes, and so we'll see what happens.
Second frame for Ebonite Omegas. Tara Henderson, 24 years old. She lives in Wichita. And her first ball.
She went a little wide with that, but I really like Tara's release. She's a big, strong girl, but she doesn't overpower the ball. Watch the wrist action as she lets go of the ball. Nice turn, doesn't loft the ball a lot out on the lanes. Nice game, very nice game.
This Ebonite Omega team has a lot in common, and it's Wichita State. This bowler, Tara Henderson, and Kelly Everdeen, who we just saw, and the next bowler, Lisa Skabinski, all attended the fine program at Wichita State. The open frame for Henderson in the second.
Well, she might have learned something from the second shot, because the ball came back with a reaction. So wherever she threw it, or whether she slowed down a little bit or whatever, the next time she gets up, she'll probably remember that shot because she threw it right in the pocket.
Linda Norrie. I'm Bob Dolan with Paula Carter. This is the championship match, the grand championship of the women's division Brunswick World Team Challenge. It's Team USA, the #2 seed, against our top seed, Ebonite Omegas, and we're just underway in the championship match with the second frame and Linda Norrie. Team USA very impressive in the semifinal victory, a 20-pin victory, 8 strikes, 11 spares, just 2 opens in that semifinal, and Norrie 4 for 4 on spares. And Giovinco and Cameron, who we're going to see a bit later on, 3 strikes apiece. Norrie looking for a spare here, got it in the second. Here's what they're shooting for, in addition to the title of best bowling team in the world, best women's team in the world. $11,000 for the first place team, $9,000 for second, $7,000 for third. And
you know what, Bob? I'll tell you, I would encourage any women out there who average 175 to bowl in these tournaments, because they're a lot of fun. It's a different format, and you can win some money.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again, Paul, we watched the tremendous ball from Skabinski here in the third for Ebonite Omegas. Many teams travel hundreds of miles, literally 400 or 500 miles, to get to these events.
That's true. They come from all over the country, and you see some of the best bowlers.
Stacey Worth in the third for Team USA. That may have been her best ball of the night, and she leads the 7th. And Stacey using a new ball.
She ripped that 5-pin out, as you'll see, coming into the 1-3 pocket. It'll hit the 5-pin, and all I can say about these reactive resin balls is compare a person who's on steroids to somebody who isn't, and these bowling balls are on steroids.
That may be the best description I've ever heard. Brings it home. In third for Worth, and she gets the spare, and we're underway in our championship match. Team USA against Ebonite Omegas. We'll be right back.
Some people think they can push you around, but it's only true if you let it be.
I don't want you to get hurt.
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Bobby Rayburn was San Francisco's brightest star, but to one fan, he meant so much more.
I just stopped caring, man.
Now do you care?
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
It's about to get hot in here.
Celebrate Black creators, stories, and talent with a curated collection of movies, TV shows, and channels on Zumo Play. Laugh out loud with your favorite comedies. Get swept up in powerful stories.
I love your daughter.
Connect with unforgettable characters.
You know, this job can be hazardous to your health.
And honor visionary Black creators that shape generations. Black voices, Black stories. Now streaming free on Zumo Play.
My name is James Jackson Dial. I was trained in target elimination. Just want to be chaotic real quick.
Go, go, go.
Now streaming on the Free Movies page, only on Zumo Play.
Mike Valero in the crowd with his lovely daughter. Mike, a current member of Team USA and participating in this year's Open Division. His team not qualifying for the stepladder finals. We're in the championship match of our women's division. Team USA leading our #1 seed, Ebonite Omegas, leading by 13. And we're through 3 frames. It's a 2-game total pinfall in the Baker. This is our first look at Carolyn Dorn Ballard for Ebonite.
Carolyn recently got married to professional bowler Dell Ballard.
Dell on the bench tonight, giving some tips and advice. And Carolyn gets the strike for Ebonite Omegas in the 4th.
I was a little bit surprised that the Team USA won the first match, to be honest. And I don't know, now they seem to have a lot of confidence, so you never can tell what's going to happen.
Lucy Giovinco was one of the factors in their semifinal victory. This is her first ball in the championship. And she'll go on the other side and get the strike. Well, we've seen that frequently tonight.
Yes, we have. And I bowled with a bowler a long time ago, and they were trying to make the finals of the WIBC Queens tournament, and she couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And then she decided, she threw a Brooklyn, and she says, I'm going to try that again. She got the last 7 to sneak into the round of the finals, and ended up in the top 5. So don't discount those Brooklyns.
Here's a woman with a great game and a great style. Leanne Barrett. Beautiful ball in her first. The 5th frame for Ebonite. And they're starting to wake up. Ebonite in the position round, Paula, knocked off Team USA twice in a row. In fact, Team USA was #1 going into position round, and Ebonite threw a 266 at him and a 216 to jump over him. And the Cameron in the 5th for Team USA.
And that was uncharacteristic because the last, as you saw the last match, she punched out to win the match, and then this one, she just falls straight off the shot to the right, completely off balance.
The 5th frame for Linda Cameron. She gets the spare for Team USA.
Even though they did get beaten during the match play, this is a whole different ball game right now. They have confidence because they went through a good team before, beat them pretty well, and now I think they have the confidence to win.
Ebonite, with their 3 in a row, has taken the 7-pin lead. Kelly Everding, 6th frame. Up to 7. Kelly's 23. She's another one that went to Wichita State. Also a former Star Tomorrow, the Alberta Crow Star Tomorrow Award winner back in 1990. She's 23.
I understand her whole family bowls, and if you look at her, she's a very slight girl, but yet she throws a big ball.
And she has 2 spares for her work in this first game of the championship match. Brings us back to Denise Kalaola, 26 from Hawaii.
That's why, Bob, it's so beneficial for people in their own bowling centers to go to the pro shop and find out what's available now on the market, because technology has changed so much, and these new balls, in fact, a lot of the girls today are bowling with balls they've never used before.
That's a big ball from Kalaola in the 6th frame for Team USA. The Omegas lead by 6. We'll be right back. While we were away, Henderson a strike in the 7th for Ebonite. Norrie the spare in the 7th for Team USA, and the Omegas lead by 6. We're now in the 8th frame. Lisa Skabinski. Again, this is the championship match, first game of 2. Total pinfall. Skabinski for our #1 seed.
Lisa's probably playing more right than anyone on either team, but as you can see, it's just a touchy shot, and you have to be real deliberate with releasing the ball.
This team's come out very impressively in our first championship game. Skabinski gets the spare, well done. And the
These two teams, it's perhaps fitting, Paula, that they are meeting for the championship because these two teams tied this week for the high Baker game, each with a 266. And they tied for the high team game with a 1034.
It was interesting this week because they had the 6 winners from the year of the tournaments, and then they invited a few other teams. And it was kind of exciting to see how the team from Canada bowled and the Japanese team and everything. And it was quite a great event.
Hey, this Team USA club has gone to Brooklyn so often tonight they may want to train there.
They also had the All-American Collegiate team bowling. And that was fun to see these young girls. And then also the team that won the WIBC Nationals.
9th frame, Carolyn Doran Ballard. She struck her first ball in the 4th, looking for another.
Looking for another what, Brooklyn? I don't know.
Seem to be a lot of them tonight. I love this team bowling, Paul. I know you do too. Like after each shot now, all the teammates are up off their seats.
You know, we do this in league. We bowl our regular league. And then after league, we bowl a couple of Baker games because, you know, it gives you a sense that you're not all alone. You know, I mean, you have some friends there and helping you along during the game.
Well done from Carolyn in the 9th for Evanita Negus. Brings us to the 9th for Team USA. Back to Lucy Giovinco.
Pretty high scoring match. Baker system.
She's one reason. Not this time.
No, the lanes, you know, they get to a point where there's a transition, and we've possibly hit that point with the TV lights, with the reactive resin balls. It moves the oil around. She hit high on the nose. Left the 3-6. Knocked the 10 down. Switched balls.
And gets the spare in the 9th. It stays tight in the first game of our championship match. One more to follow. Evanita Negus, our #1 seed, with the lead. As we come to the anchor woman, Leanne Barrett. They lead by 4. They're working on the spare. They strike out here to a 213.
If I could pick a bowler to emulate at this stage of the game, it would probably be Leanne Barrett. She's got so much talent. She's had a rough summer, she said, and trying to work through that. And it just has the tenacity, not only the game, but the guts. You have to have a mental game to go along with it. And I think she's got it all, and she'll be back on top.
Looking for another.
When she can't get lined in, you know they're not the easiest. But it's good to have a test. I think that sometimes conditions get too easy and there's no challenge to it. When you know you're coming to a tournament where the conditions aren't going to be that easy, it makes you go out and practice and work on your game, not only switching bowling balls, but working on your physical game.
This for a 203. Got it. 203 for Evanita Negus in our first championship match. Team USA still to finish with their anchor woman, Kendra Cameron.
That's a very good game in the Baker system. I don't know what the overall average is, but I know 203 is over it.
Cameron in the tank. Oh, Ken stays up.
That's a nice shot. It just deflected a little bit and it left what we call a weak 10. Not your solid packed 10, but your weak 10, where the 6-pin just kind of lays in the gutter.
Now remember, they will switch lanes after this game. And that's always important. Who adjusts quicker, bowls better, and who can do that lane switch. A clean game for Team USA. Another factor in the Baker. Fill the frames.
Very unusual also. It's going to be a great match coming down to the last game for the grand championship. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Great setting, great field. Our #1 seed, Ebonite Omegas, will have the lead as we enter our second game. Not a big lead, but they have it. 203-196 in our first game. They lead by 7. We'll be back with the second and final championship game right after this.
I want to open my own fitness studio, but my old bank kept draining my savings with fee after fee. I was over it. That's why I left Chime. I can bank fee-free. No overdraft fees, no monthly fees, and I get access to over 50,000 fee-free ATMs. There's 24/7 live support, plus signing up took like 2 minutes. With those fees gone, I can use that money towards building my studio. So, I got everyone I know to join. Join the millions of members, just like us, banking fee-free at Chime.
New day, same routine, same old bank. Not her. She switched to Chime. Game changer. Which means she's getting cash back. Everyday purchases build her credit. And her savings, working overtime. While banking fee-free. Fee-free? Fee-free, Pops, is what I said. So don't bank the old way. Bank smarter through Chime.
You've been selected.
You're crazy.
You have a sickness.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Movies channel.
$10,000.
I'm the one that's trying to hold this family together.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Black Cinema channel.
What do you think?
Feel good.
He's covered his tracks.
It does take a special kind of person to do this job.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Action Movies channel.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I have never wanted anyone more.
You don't want to go falling in love with a guy like me.
No safety net. I got you.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Her Free Movies channel.
USA by 7 pins as we begin our second and final game of the championship match. Game 1 score 203-196. They've switched lanes. Team USA will begin the second game with Denise Kalaola. Denise, 3 strikes and 3 spares in her 6 frames tonight. 2 strikes in a row. Goes Brooklyn again, and not this time.
She likes to start with those Brooklyn strikes.
Paula, how do you think this is shaping up as we enter the final game?
Well, I know I'm excited. So if I'm excited, that means that they are too. But it's a close match. It's for everything. I mean, you want this title.
And Denise gets it started with a spare in the first. Look at some of the scores from our Grand Championship event this week. High qualifying average from Mrs. Ballard, 228. We're seeing her tonight. High qualifying average for our 3 teams in the step ladders. You see the Omegas #1 at 201 in the regular and 196 in the Baker. Here's Kelly Everding, first frame. Switch lanes, and she leaves the 10. Talks back a bit confused.
Yeah, you know, the tough thing about this is you only have 2 frames in every game. And if you screw up and you lose, you remember it. And they have till November 23rd and 24th to be able to bowl again in another ladies division. And so it's tough. It's a lot of pressure.
So difficult to make those adjustments when you're only filling a couple of frames a game. But Everding does well to get the score in the first for her club. Match play records for the 3 teams in our stepladder finals. See the Omegas #1, only 9-9-1. Team USA, that's where they made their charge, 13-5-1. The Omegas pretty much leading all the way through, except dropping down to second in the 4th round, but regaining it in the 5th and final. Now Linda Norrie, second frame for Team USA.
She's still trying to find it, coming in light.
Norrie's been very steady all evening. 6 frames, 6 spares.
And the way that, because of the match play, you get bonus pins. You get 15 pins bonus for each game that you win. And then if you win the match, you get 20. So because the Team USA won 13 of their matches. That's what gave them a lot of pinfall.
Lori gets the spare in the second for Team USA. It's still tight. Now the next event for the women's field is November 23rd, 24th in Fountain Valley, California. Then down in your neck of the woods, Paula, Seminole, Florida in early January. And if you would like to enter, we suggest you call quickly because they fill up in a hurry. The hotline is 414-423-3387. Second flame for Evan Vegas. Beautiful strike from Tara Henderson. And they lead now by 10.
What a pure shot that was. Just a perfect shot. And everybody's all pumped up.
Yeah. Perfect championship match, isn't it? A great setting here in the arena. And a tremendous match. Stacey Worth in the third for USA. Oh, there's a nice ball, and she answers the strike with one of her own.
Nice release, very steady at the line. It just barely touches the head pin, but look what it does after it hits it. It just scatters it. And once again, those bowling balls, the technology they have today, it's amazing. I mean, if you're at home and you think you're a 160 bowler and you're averaging 160, go to the pro shop, get a new ball, and watch. You'll be a 190 bowler.
Skibinski, beautiful ball in the third. Boy, she throws a powerful ball, doesn't she?
Yes,
and
she
the
does.
Omega's up by 20. Fourth frame, Lucy Giovinco. Boy, up and down both these lineups. Powerful.
Well, she got distracted on that shot. I don't know what it was, whether it was something personal. Maybe her grip wasn't set just right, because I didn't see anyone moving.
Turns around and looks at me. I'm in trouble. Giovinco leaves the seventh. See, nope, she didn't look at me. All right, I didn't do it.
Right.
I didn't do it.
Get out from under the deck.
I wonder if Team USA, Paula, has thought that by now Ebonite would wilt away. Instead, they're...
You don't wilt away with these classy players. You've got two professional bowlers on the team, and Tara is as good as any professional I've ever seen as far as her physical game is concerned. They're not going to go away.
Now the fourth frame for Carolyn Dorn Ballard. As Paula mentioned, she recently married Del Ballard in June. And she is the owner of 2 National Tour titles. They're up by 20. This would be 30 with a strike.
Well, she was having a little problem in practice. In fact, that's why they made the lineup change. They went from, as you can see, her husband, Del Ballard,
Camera time.
Talking to himself and talking to her.
It's right there on the bench with him.
And it does help to have your husband, your boyfriend, significant other behind you while you're bowling. It is makes you feel a lot more confident.
And an open. The first one in our championship.
What I was alluding to before is that they had moved her from anchor to fourth and put Leanne in fifth because she was having a problem.
Now to the anchor women. Kendra Cameron. See how they respond to that open from Ebonite. Kendra has some work to do. There's Becky Craigling. She bowled quite a bit here in qualifying and then early in match play, but tonight in the semifinals championship match, she's been the alternate because of Stacey Worth, a bit more experienced perhaps. Stacey's 31, a Team USA member in 1993 and in 1996. Needs the spare. Got it in the fifth for Team USA, or in the third rather for Team USA. No, I was right, fifth the first time. All right, back to the anchor women now for Ebonite. Tight championship match. This is the final game, total pinfall. Leanne Barrett.
Give a look at this extension that she puts on the ball. She gets the ball farther down the heads, which is the beginning of the lane, than any bowler I've ever seen.
That's a great ball from the anchor woman Barrett. And Ebonite Omegas and Team picked up in a dandy. We'll be right back. 6, they strike for Team USA. Everdeen responded with a strike for Ebonite Omegas. It's an 18-pin lead for our #1 seed as we enter the 7th frame of our final game. And Linda Norrie. Team USA down by 18. Norrie, a beautiful ball. Oh, this is great bowling tonight in this championship from both clubs.
You've been selected.
You're crazy.
You have a sickness.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Movies channel.
What do you think?
Feel good.
He's covered his tracks.
It does take a special kind of person to do this job.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Action Movies channel.
Some people think they can push you around, but it's only true if you let it be.
I don't want you to get hurt.
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Every relationship is a story.
You asked me out, and I said yes.
I've never felt so connected to anyone before.
Adam wanted me to give you this.
Charlotte,
Hi.
let's go on a trip.
Okay, where are we going?
You are my perfect right now.
Who is this man?
The FBI is withholding the identity of the assassin who fled captivity last night in a daring escape.
America's Most Wanted.
Streaming free all month long, only on Zumo Play.
Now Henderson in the 7th. Boy, every ball now so important. Henderson. Brooklyn gets another one. Well, it's happened to both sides.
Yes, it has. It seems to even out one way or another, but Brooklyn's have been a premium tonight.
An 18-pin lead still after 7 frames for the Omegas. 8th frame is Stacy Worth. Lays it down soft.
As soon as you get that ball going right, it's not going to make the turn. You just have to go straight up the boards, but you have to keep good speed on it.
When does there come a tendency, Paula, to start pressing?
About an hour ago.
Really?
I would say, you know, you're pretty intense.
Yeah.
Right at the start.
Needs this. Oh, an open in the 8th for Team USA.
She will remember that for a very long time.
The door is open for one of the most impressive bowlers of the evening, Lisa Skabinski. Goes to 43 with a strike. Even the spare here would be very, very important after that open in the 8th from Team USA.
Well, she's lucky she broke down the possibility of a split. She went high on that ball.
She was a member of the 1990 bowling championship team of Wichita State, and an open there in the 8th gives it right back for Ebonite Omega. So 2 opens in the 8th for both clubs. What happened there, Paula?
Well, that was totally unexcusable. I mean, the way the lanes are right now, both sides have oil on the gutters. So she just flat out yanked it, and with the reactive ball, that's what's going to happen. You know, sometimes you might need something that's just a plastic or something hard rubber to go for the corner pins.
Now the lead is 17 for Omegas and Giovenko in the 9th. Needs this, got it in the 9th for Team USA. Boy, such a large crowd, and everyone suddenly very, very quiet.
Well, it's so crucial at this point. I mean, you have 2 friends left for one team, 1 friend left for the other team, and you know, this is it. This is the championship.
And it's Carolyn Doran-Ballard's turn. Carolyn had the high qualifying average in the women's field, 228.5. Remember, she opened in the 4th frame on this lane.
What a premier shot that was. She needed it. Just a great shot. Stayed with it all the way. Just packed it, that's all you can say. 10 in the pit.
Oh, and welcome back to high five from her teammates. That may be the shot. Still the 10th to go. Still the anchor women. It's a 17-pin lead. Cameron for Team USA to bring back in.
Well, she kind of lost it this last game. Just she was so impressive early, and then I don't know if the lane condition got her or whatever, but you just can't do that at this point. You know, it's so seldom that women get to bowl for this kind of money, and the WIBC and Brunswick and all the sponsors that have put money into it, that's what makes it all the more pressure.
The prestige of this title. She gets the spare in the 10th. It's another one. Team USA, though, down. Leanne Barrett will be next and last for Ebonite Omegas. She's been tremendous tonight. Cameron, final ball for Team USA. And they finish with a 184. So, Leanne Barrett. She only needs 3. And you're looking at the championship team. That should do it. There's your winner. Ebonite Omegas from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, led by the anchor woman, Leanne Barrett. And they will defeat Team USA.
And they earned it. They really
did. All week long, they bounced from number 1 to number 2, back to number 1. And then here tonight in the championship match, defeating the great Team USA.
Team USA had a lot of people rooting for them. I think the Olympic spirit kind of carried on throughout this tournament. And it was a fun tournament. The whole tournament was great.
Barrett finishes up, and she walks back a winner. 184 for Team USA, 197 for Ebonite Omegas. We'll be back to talk with your grand champions in a moment. Ebonite Omegas from Kentucky beating Team USA in the championship match, 400 to 380. Carolyn, congratulations to you and all the rest. Nicely done.
Thanks a lot. We'd like to thank Brunswick for supporting the World Team Challenge and for all they do for us. And we'd like to thank Ebonite and the Wolf for getting us here and supporting us throughout the year. And hopefully we'll be back next year.
Well, you're not going home empty-handed, that's for sure. Let's bring in for first Elaine Hagan. Hi, Elaine.
Hi, and congratulations, Carolyn, to the Ebonite Omegas. On behalf of the Women's International Bowling Congress, we congratulate you on being the champions. Great tournament.
Thank you, Elaine. Elaine Hagan. And Elaine has more.
and from Keepsake, your championship rings.
Thank you, Elaine. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Kenner. Hello, Mayor.
Hello, how are you? Good. I wish to congratulate the ladies. We are certainly glad that you chose the city of Kenner to come here and participate, and we'd like to give you this big check on behalf of the Treasure Chest Casino.
Thank you, Mayor. You got room for that, don't you? Yeah. All right, $11,000 for the winners. Thank you, Mayor. Jeff Lynn from Lynn Shoes. Hi, Jeff.
How you doing? How do you do? From the employees of the Lynn Shoe Company, I'm pleased to present to you, each of you, Lynn tournament sets.
Thank you, Jeff. Wonderful job all season, Jeff. Thank you. When you guys came here this week, very quickly, when you came here this week, what were your hopes? What did you expect?
We just wanted to make our company proud. Ebonite supports us so much, and we wanted to make the finals and just, stay with the rest of the field.
I think you accomplished that, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your grand champions from Louisiana. The next World Team Challenge telecast is the Treasure Chest Casino Open Division Grand Championship event from right here at the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner, Louisiana. Check your local listings for dates and times. For Paula Carter, this is Bob Dolan. So long from the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner, Louisiana. This has been an ABC Eagle Productions telecast.
Bobby Rayburn was San Francisco's brightest star. But to one fan, he meant so much more.
I just stopped caring, man.
Now do you care?
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
This is about to get hot in here.
Celebrate Black creators, stories, and talent with a curated collection of movies, TV shows, and channels on Zumo Play. Laugh out loud with your